to Hypnotist Bernie's Exposition. I'm Jacqueline LeClaire from the Results Hypnosis Centers, and Bernie, it's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Great pleasure, Jacqueline. Great pleasure.
I know that I'm here today to help you, and I'm not exactly sure what it is that you need some help with. So can we tell the audience there what it is that I can help you with through hypnotherapy?
So in the last few years, I've been taking creative writing classes, and I've gotten my interest really high on poetry.
Okay.
And I've been looking at a few arts grants and fellowship and things like that. And there's a fellowship out in the West Coast where I'm very curious and would like to apply and really want to go. What they are looking for is a portfolio of 10 to 15 poems.
Okay.
And a letter of intent to show them what I would like to do once I got the fellowship. The challenge here is that it's a very popular fellowship. And each year, more than 1,000 people apply, and they take about, well, not about, they take exactly 5 people, so
wow.
So it's very competitive. So I'm a little bit nervous about it. I'm not sure which poem I should send in and which poem I should rewrite. So I'm hoping that hypnosis is going to help me connect with that part of my creativity and motivates me to do it, you know.
Okay, are we procrastinating at all to do?
Well, I'm being a poet.
Okay. Are you? No, but I'm just making some notes here. I hope you don't mind.
No,
okay,
no,
because this will help me formulate
my
suggestions. Bernie, are you procrastinating, or you know, are you taking time daily to sit down and focus, or I know that you're having some problems focusing. That's what we're going to work on. Okay.
This show was supposed to be taped last month.
Okay. All right. Procrastination. All right. That's number one. Okay. So procrastinating and enhancing your creativity.
Right.
Your rewards for this will be for obviously to get into the top 5. That's going to be very difficult. Have you tried for this to reach this goal previously?
This is the first time I applied for a grant, or like an art grant and an art fellowship. It is competitive. It's not as much as I would enjoy, being the selected 5, but it's more like I really like this opportunity where I could have a lot of time to actually devote myself into writing. The thing about writing is, I think, the ideas really start coming once all your ideas are out. So the good writing comes when you have wrote everything down already, and then the next thing after you wrote everything down is the real idea, right? The problem is you don't really have that much time to get to that point where like authentic ideas start to come. It usually comes after like the 10th hour writing, then the real writing starts, right?
Wow. Okay. We don't want that.
When that happens, I have to go to work and do other stuff, right? So the grant and fellowship and residency like this is going to really help me to be more in touch with that authentic voice which artists are looking for.
Okay. All right. I know you're also a hypnotist, but I'm going to explain to the audience a little bit about how hypnosis works, so that you know what we're doing today. Okay, I am in a few moments, with Bernie's permission, going to hypnotize him. What hypnosis is, and all hypnosis is, Bernie, as you know, is simply communication with the subconscious part of your mind, which is the most powerful part of your mind. Let's just say that these are the 2 parts of the mind, the subconscious and the conscious. Each part has 4 primary functions, right? Your subconscious mind is your permanent memory. Everything that's ever happened to you from birth till now is stored in the subconscious, and you may have heard that through hypnosis we can take people back. It's called regression, so that they can remember a part of their life for therapy reasons, right? Your subconscious mind is also in charge of all of your automatic body functions, such as breathing, heart rate, digestion, growth process, healing process. Through hypnosis, we can
Right.
help people
Right.
with high blood pressure maintain an ideal level without any medication.
Right.
Through hypnosis, we can sort of tweak the metabolism. If there's
Right.
anything you want to add, just feel free to jump
Oh,
in.
it's one of the best explanation I've heard.
Oh,
Hypnosis for years.
Thirdly, your subconscious mind is where your emotions are. Your love, your joy, your hate, your fears are all stored in your subconscious. And of course,
Right.
you know that hypnosis is the number one way to help people remove fears. It's the fastest and most effective way.
It's true.
Fear of driving, fear of flying.
Right.
Fear of water. I've had fear of dogs, fear of heights.
Okay.
And lastly, your subconscious mind is where your habits are stored.
Right.
Good habits, saying thank you when someone does something nice for you.
Right.
Automatic habit of answering the telephone when it rings, and all those bad habits, whether it's smoking cigarettes, whether it's overeating, whether it is biting your fingernails, or whether it might be procrastination. Okay. Or maybe just not procrastination. That would be one of those habits. And we all sometimes fall into that category.
Right.
I think, because I know I do. Now, your conscious mind, on the other hand, literally, okay, also has 4 primary functions. This is the weak part of the mind, right? Temporary memory, where you live, where you work. Your analytical thinking, you get a flat tire, assess the situation, decide what to do about it.
Right.
Rational thinking, also where your willpower is. You probably know, and of course you know, that so many people come to us to break a habit.
Right.
Okay.
Sure.
And when you're going to break a habit on your own, let's just say to quit smoking,
Right.
what you're using is that weak part of your mind, your conscious mind, the willpower. How long does that stick around for?
That's true.
Not too long. Before you know it, you're right back to the old habit, which is here in the subconscious. So what happens in hypnosis is, by focusing the mind and relaxing the body, the conscious mind steps back to a degree, right?
Right.
Subconscious steps forward, and at that point you're open to suggestions for change.
Right.
Now, as you know, no one would ever accept any suggestions that were against their moral, ethical, or religious beliefs while they're in hypnosis. And Bernie, I assure you that what we do today will be entirely beneficial to you. You will also not be floating around the room today.
Oh, really?
You won't.
That's not what it says on the brochure.
Okay. Well, you must have misread it. You will not be unconscious, okay? You will not be floating out the door, not be unconscious, and you will hear every word that I say.
All right, okay.
Most people, as you know, do they say to you after you take them out of hypnosis, wait, Bernie, I heard everything you said.
Right, yes.
Well, you know, if you didn't, you couldn't follow the suggestions, right?
That's true,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, Bernie, the way that I hypnotize someone the first time that I work with them is what I do is something called a progressive relaxation. I'm just going to be talking to you very, very quickly. Usually I put on some music, but I didn't bring any music with me today.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Your voice is musical.
Thank you so much. I'm not going to ask you any questions while you're in hypnosis today, okay? I am just going to talk to you, and give you these suggestions that I think are appropriate for you, okay? You've experienced hypnosis every single day of your life. Everyone out there has. Anytime you're daydreaming, that's a form of hypnosis. Hypnosis feels very much like daydreaming. Anytime you're using your powers of visualization, another form of hypnosis. Arnold Palmer, the great golfer, used to say before he went up to address the ball, it was as if he was watching himself on television. He would visualize what it was he wanted to accomplish, and in most instances it happened in that manner. Okay, hypnosis connects the mind with the body, and that's what we want to do for Bernie today. Okay, highway hypnosis. The coin was even termed. Okay, you know what I mean. Okay, driving down the highway, you just passed around 4 or 5 exits. How'd I get here so quickly? Okay, so what I'm getting at is this is a natural state. Meditation is self-hypnosis. Actually, prayer is being in hypnosis.
That's true.
So it just feels just like that feeling you have just prior to falling asleep at night. You hear everything that goes on around. Anything you'd like to add to that before I hypnotize you?
It sounds exactly what I have in mind.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to hypnotize you and I'm just going to give you suggestions, which I'm going to repeat. I am going to speak to you very quickly, okay?
That's great.
All right, I'm from the Northeast, okay? We speak quickly here, okay? So I'm just going to speak to you very quickly. Now, what I would like for you to do is I want you to just keep your eyes open for a few minutes. You may want to take your glasses off, okay, so that you're comfortable and really take them from you. I'm just going to put these down over here. Okay, I want you, what I actually like you to do is I want you to focus your eyes upward on the ceiling for just a moment, somewhere above your line of sight.
Okay.
Okay, and as you do, I want you to take a deep breath all the way in and hold it. Slowly exhale all the way out, and as you slowly exhale, I just want you to allow yourself to begin to relax and let go so that we can reach that subconscious part of your mind. Take another deep breath all the way in as you continue to focus. And slowly exhale all the way out, releasing any tension, any stress, any anxiety, and just enjoying this time we have to relax. Take another deep breath all the way in, please. And as you slowly exhale, allow your shoulders to relax all the way down, your arms to your fingertips, your legs down to your toes. Relax within. Another deep breath all the way in, please. And as you slowly exhale, allow your forehead to begin to relax, allow your eyes to begin to relax, allow your cheeks and jaw to begin to relax, relax within. And now one more deep breath for me, Bernie, please, all the way in and hold it. And as you slowly exhale, just close your eyes and allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to just simply relax with each breath you take, relaxing more and more with every breath you take from now until the end of this session. In a moment, I'm going to touch you on your forehead. When I touch you on your forehead, I want you to focus all of your attention upon that spot. I want you to think about nothing else but that spot. And as you do, you will begin to feel relaxation swiftly moving throughout your entire body. Allow that to happen. Know that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. The deeper you go, the better you are going to feel, and what we do today is going to be entirely beneficial to you. You will feel wonderful. When you feel good about yourself, you can accomplish anything. As I take my finger away, I want you to double your concentration. With every breath you take, relaxing 5 times as much as on the breath before, or 50 times as much if you prefer. You do not even have to listen to the sound of my voice. Just focus all of your attention upon that spot on your forehead. As you do, begin to feel relaxation flowing in and through your toes, feeling each and every toe loose and limp. Allow that relaxation to grow and to spread, to flow upward in and through your feet, relaxing your feet. Feel that relaxation growing and spreading, moving upward in and through your ankles, your shins, and your calves. As you continue to focus all of your attention upon that spot on your forehead, allow that relaxation to double now as it moves upward in and through your knees and in through the hollow of your knees, flowing upward in and through your thighs and the back of your thighs, allowing your legs to relax all the way down to your toes, your legs and your feet that have carried you day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Just allow them to relax. Allow that wonderful relaxation to grow and to spread, to flow upward in and through your knees, in and through the hollow of your knees, again all the way down through your legs, and allow that relaxation to grow and to spread, to flow upward in and through your hips and abdominal area. Allow that relaxation to grow and to spread, to flow in and through your chest, relaxing all of the muscles in your chest, relaxing your heart, relaxing your lungs, relaxing your breathing with every wonderful breath you take, relaxing 5 times as much as before, 50 times as much, or 500 times as much if you prefer. Allow that wonderful sense of relaxation to grow and to spread now as it flows in and through your back and in through your spine. Every muscle, every nerve, and every fiber in your body is loose and limp. Loose and limp. Allow your body to be loose and limp like a rag doll. Allow that relaxation to grow and to spread, to flow in and through your upper arms, down and through your forearms, your wrists, your hands, and your fingertips, down through the back of your arms now, in and through your back and spine, loose and limp. Allow that wonderful relaxation to grow, to spread, to flow upward in and through your neck and throat, flowing upward now, in and through the back of your head and scalp. With the touch of my hand, relax further, deeper and further, deeper and further with every wonderful breath you take. Allow that relaxation to flow in and through the back of your head and scalp. Allow your mind to float and drift now on the sounds of my voice as that relaxation flows in and through the crown of your head, your forehead, feeling all those tiny little lines in the forehead smoothing out with relaxation. Allow that relaxation to move in and through your eyes, feeling all of those tiny little muscles in and around your eyes to begin to relax. Allow them to relax and let them relax so much so that they won't work. Allow that wonderful relaxation to flow down and through your cheeks and in through your jaw, from the top of your head all the way down through the very tips of your toes. So completely relaxed, relaxing more deeply, more deeply, more deeply with every wonderful breath you take from now until the end of this session. Deeper and deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper and deeper. Now, in order to help you to relax even more deeply, and you know you can relax even further, I would like for you to use your imagination. I'd like for you to picture or just think about standing at the top of a beautiful staircase, the most beautiful staircase you have ever seen or could ever imagine. Notice the carpet underneath your feet, give it color. Perhaps you can even feel it squishing up between your toes. Reach out now and touch that wooden handrail. Feel the grain of the wood. This is a very special staircase. This is the staircase of relaxation. There are 10 steps going down into beautiful, into peaceful tranquility. In just a moment, I'm going to ask you to safely, to easily, to gently walk down this staircase with me, and with every wonderful breath, with every wonderful step you take, allow yourself to relax much more deeply than on the step before, so that by the time you reach the very bottom of the staircase, you will be in a deep hypnotic sleep, sort of like daydreaming, only better than daydreaming. So get ready to relax even further as I begin counting. Feel yourself. Allow yourself to take a nice, safe, and easy step down on the staircase of relaxation on the count of 10. 10, taking that step down now, and 9, relaxing deeper and further. 8, deeper and further down, allowing the wheels of your mind to just slow down now. Slower and slower, feeling relaxed and peaceful. Relaxed, refreshed, and peaceful. 9, 8, 7, floating and drifting down deeper. Again, knowing the deeper you go, the better you are going to feel. 7, 6, letting go even further, feeling relaxed and so comfortable in every way. 6, 5, floating and drifting down deeper and deeper, relaxing more and more. 4, 3, getting ready to completely let go now. 2, only you can do that. You've allowed yourself to relax this much by just my suggestions. So now on the next count, I want you to allow yourself to completely let go. Again, only you can do that on the count of 1, deeper and deeper and deeper. In a moment, I'm going to tap you on your shoulder. When I tap you on your shoulder, I want you to relax much more deeply than you already are. Again, only you can do that. Deeper and deeper. With every touch of my hand, relax deeper and further, going deeper and deeper with every wonderful breath you take from now until the end of the session. Deeper and deeper and deeper. Know that humans learn best by repetition. Now, in order to help you to relax even more deeply, and you know you can relax even further, Bernie, I'd like for you to use your imagination again. I'd like for you to picture yourself or just think about being in a special place of relaxation. Perhaps you'd like to imagine yourself somewhere outside in nature, perhaps lying on a beach somewhere on a warm summer day. Notice the sky. It's clear and blue, just a few soft, puffy white clouds drifting by. Feel the warm sunlight as it penetrates through every pore of your body. Feel your body just melting into relaxation. Feel the cool ocean breeze. Breathing in that pure, clean, fresh ocean air. It acts as a natural tranquilizer on your system. The more you breathe in of this pure, clean, fresh ocean air, the more you want to breathe in, relaxing your thoughts, relaxing your body, relaxing your mind with every wonderful breath you take, relaxing much more deeply than on the breath before, deeper and deeper and deeper as the waves roll out to sea. They take away all of your cares, all of your frustrations, all of your worries, leaving you peaceful, calm and serene. As you look out into the ocean, you see a lovely little white sailboat, and you watch that sailboat as it sails farther and farther out to sea. You go deeper and deeper and deeper, farther and farther out to sea. You go deeper and deeper and deeper with every wonderful breath that you take, deeper and deeper and deeper, lying there on the beach, listening to the sounds of the ocean, the sounds of the sea, as they seem to say, sleep, sleep deeply, sleep deeply. And you know, the hypnotic sleep is very different than the natural sleep that you go into at nighttime. In the hypnotic sleep, you will always hear my voice. As you lie there on the beach or wherever your special place of relaxation is, you may begin to feel a very pleasant heaviness flowing throughout your body, and it may feel as if I've taken bags of sand and placed them on top of your shoulders. It may feel as if there are bags of sand on top of your upper arms. It may feel as if there are weights pulling your hands, your arms down, down, down. And continue to relax further. It may feel as if there are bags of sand on top of your knees, on top of your shins. It may feel as if there are weights pulling your legs down, down, down. It's such a very pleasant feeling to be so deeply relaxed, so deeply relaxed. As you lie there on the beach or wherever your special place of relaxation is, I would like for you to become aware of your right hand. Notice the way that your right hand feels. You may begin to notice a sensation beginning in your right hand. It may be a tingling sensation or a numbness, as if you've just placed your right hand into a bucket of ice water and left it there for about 5 or 10 minutes. It may be tingling or numb. Whatever that sensation is, just go on relaxing deeper and further. I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and with every numeral I say, with every numeral I count, allow that sensation to grow stronger. Whether that right hand is tingling or numb, allow it to grow stronger. 1, feel that sensation flowing in and through your thumb, your index finger, your middle finger, your ring finger, and your pinky. Continue to relax further. 2, whatever that sensation is in your right hand, feel it flowing in through the back of your right hand, the palm of your right hand. Feel it growing stronger, whether it's tingling or numb. Feel it growing stronger and stronger. 3, that sensation may even be moving up and through your right arm now, whether it's tingling or numb. Feel it growing stronger and stronger, and to continue to relax further. 4, that sensation in your right hand is growing stronger and stronger. And 5, know that your right hand feels different than your left, and it doesn't matter what the sensation is or how strong the sensation is. Just know that your right hand feels different than your left. The reason why is because you have great powers of concentration. Most people only use 5 to 10% of their mental abilities on a daily basis. Right now, you are using much, much more than that. You are in focused concentration, which is what hypnosis is. You are in a very powerful mode of learning. You are in the perfect state to eliminate this useless procrastination and enhance your creativity so that you can reach your ultimate goals. Now you're going to notice on the count of 3 that one of your fingers feels different than the other fingers on the count of 3, and you're going to lift up that finger on the count of 3. 1, 2, begin to feel a sensation in one of your fingers. 2 and 3 in your index finger. Very good. Now let your finger go down and relax further. I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. With each numeral, I want you to relax further and allow that sensation, and now leave your right arm, your right hand, and it will feel just like your left, very, very comfortable. 3, that other sensations. Now leaving your right arm, your right hand, it's feeling very, very comfortable. 2 and 1, very, very comfortable, just like your left. Now go deeper and further, deeper and further. I offer these suggestions for your benefit. Rid yourself now of any doubts that inhibit your creativity. Rid yourself now of any doubts that inhibit your creativity. And I want you now to throw away that useless procrastination. Imagine that you just take that procrastination and you just maybe put it in a box. Cover the box, put it in your closet. You don't need it. You'll never need it. Rid yourself of that useless procrastination. Rid yourself now of any doubts that will inhibit your creativity. You now have the energy. You have the energy to accomplish your goals. New ideas fill your mind constantly. New ideas fill your mind constantly. You remain focused. You remain focused if at any time. If at any time you experience a block, simply take a deep breath. And as you exhale, experience that block just simply melting away. Melting away. Melting away. You are confident in your abilities. Think about all of your past accomplishments and achievements. You are confident in your ability to achieve success. You are confident in your ability to achieve success. You are confident with your creative ability and your creative ability and inventiveness. become stronger with each breath that you take. Continue to relax further, deeper and further, deeper and further, deeper and further. Positive feelings remain with you. I want you now to seek out a special place that will help you to dream, to invent, to be creative. Perhaps it may be in this hypnotic state, which you can get to any time by just counting backwards from 10 to 1, taking a few deep breaths, centering yourself, and you will reach this hypnotic state where you will be in a very creative and inventful state. You are very comfortable in this state. You are very comfortable in your special place. In your special place, and new ideas continuously flow. New ideas continuously flow. You write down these ideas. They come together completely. They come together completely. You see your new ideas clearly. They are clear and vivid in your mind. Your imagination flows. New wonderful ideas flow. Enjoy your creative talent. Enjoy your creative talent. See yourself putting time aside for your creativity. See yourself every day putting a block of time aside. Perhaps you are meditating or using hypnosis in a special place that you have where you feel relaxed. Notice your papers or computer is right in front of you. All of the things that you need are surrounding you. See yourself in that place. Your creative mind begins. Ideas flow. Enjoy your creative talents. Now program your subconscious to be receptive to your creative instincts. Program your subconscious to be receptive to your creative instincts. You release any doubts and you feel free to create. You release any doubts. Rid yourself of any doubts. Rid yourself of any doubts. You release any doubts and you are free to create. I'm going to be silent for a moment. And I want you to imagine yourself now in your special place. I want you to imagine the block of time that you have put aside. During this block of time, you focus completely. Creativity flows. You write your ideas down. They come together. They are clear. I'm going to be silent for about approximately 30 seconds while you see yourself doing all of the things you need to do to reach and achieve your goal. Actually, I'm going to be silent for, about 30 seconds, beginning now. Nothing disturbs you. Very good. With every breath you take, every suggestion I have given you grows stronger. With every breath you take, every suggestion I have given you grows stronger. Again, rid yourself of any doubts that inhibit your creativity. You now have the energy to accomplish your goals. You no longer procrastinate. Procrastination is a thing of the past. Rid yourself of that useless procrastination. See, the thing about procrastination is, to rid yourself of that, all you need to do is just to begin, and then things will flow. And it becomes easier. You put time aside daily. New ideas fill your mind. You see them clearly. You remain focused during the block of time that you put aside. You remain focused. If at any time you experience a block or you lose your focus, simply take a deep breath. And the block just melts away and you become focused, relaxed and focused. Any outside sounds you hear during this period of time just simply fade away. You are confident in your ability to achieve success. You are confident with your creative ability. And your creative ability, your inventiveness becomes stronger with each and every breath you take. Positive feelings remain with you. Positive feelings remain with you. Seek out that special place now. That special place where you can dream and invent. Perhaps it may be in this hypnotic state, which you can get to any time by just simply taking a few deep breaths, relaxing and counting backwards from 10 to 1. You are very comfortable in your special place, and new ideas continuously flow. You see your new ideas clearly. You put them together clearly. Clearly, you remember your new ideas. Your imagination flows. New, wonderful ideas flow. Enjoy your creative talent. Now program your subconscious to be receptive to your creative instincts. You release any doubts and you feel free to create. You feel free to create. Now relax further. Relax further. Relax further. Now I want you to imagine yourself in the near future. I want you to see yourself as if you have already reached your goal. You have been picked. You are one of the top 5. Feel that feeling of accomplishment, the prestige that goes along with that. Feel that feeling of accomplishment and know that you have put the time aside. You have worked hard to reach and achieve this success, and you deserve this success. You are capable of success. You were born to be successful. You were born to be successful. Feel that feeling of accomplishment. Now see yourself doing all of those things necessary to reach, achieve, and maintain these ongoing goals. Do that now. Imagine yourself passing with excellence. You feel wonderful. You feel like a winner, and you are a winner. You are a winner. You are a winner. With every breath you take, every suggestion I have given you grows stronger. With each breath you take, every suggestion I have given you grows stronger. You have heard every suggestion at a subconscious level. You will now begin to live, to act, and to react according to the thoughts, ideas, and suggestions I have shared with you. You will do so because you want to, not because I've said so. You live these suggestions in every area of your life. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 10. On the count of 10, you will open your eyes feeling relaxed and refreshed. You will feel wonderful in every way, filled with self-confidence, and knowing that the time we spend together has truly been one of the best investments of your entire life. On the count of 10, you will wake up feeling wonderful and refreshed, happy, relaxed and refreshed. 1 coming up slowly. 2 breathing a little bit heavier, a little bit easier, feeling wonderful from head to toe. Wonderful from head to toe. 2, 3, 4 coming up a little bit further, starting to become aware of the room around you. With each breath you take, and when you leave this room, every suggestion I have given you will reinforce itself hundreds of times over with each breath. And also as you are leaving this room, 3, 4, 5, coming up a little further, aware of the room, aware of your surroundings. 6, 7, coming up, feeling relaxed and refreshed, feeling truly good indeed. 6, 7, 8, coming up, almost there, almost there. 9, almost there. On the next count, you will open your eyes and you will feel wonderful. On the count of 10, eyes open, relaxed, refreshed. How you feeling?
Feeling great.
Okay.
Feeling great. Wow.
Good. Okay, Bernie. I know you heard everything I said, didn't you? Okay.
Oh yeah, a little bit. I can't remember it all.
You can't remember it all?
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
Did you feel sort of like that feeling you have just prior to falling asleep at
Right.
night? Wouldn't you say to the people
Right.
out there that that's really what it feels like? Just
Yeah,
like
that's exactly how I felt.
Okay, good. Do you think that I gave you the appropriate suggestions?
Yeah, it was great.
Do you think we were pretty on target from what we talked about?
We were definitely.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay. How do you feel now? Do you feel good? Do you feel
I feel good. I feel relaxed.
relaxed, refreshed? You want to take a guess how many minutes you've been there with your eyes closed?
15 minutes.
I'm going to say quite a bit longer than that.
Oh, really?
Okay, I'm going to say at least 30 minutes. I
Oh,
actually
wow.
didn't time it completely, but at
Oh,
least
wow.
30 minutes. It didn't feel like that, did it?
Wow,
So,
it didn't feel
but
like
most people usually say about 10 or 15 minutes,
Right.
it feels like. But it's just a wonderful feeling. Okay, now what I want you to do, okay, what I would like you to do to reinforce that is, I mean, I can, if you'd like, send you a CD to reinforce it.
Oh, all right.
Or what you can do is put yourself in the hypnotic state, and as you are a hypnotist, hypnotherapist,
Right.
okay, you can just put yourself in that state or just relax, take a few deep breaths, and I want you to do this with me
Okay.
now, okay? I just want you to take a few deep breaths and close your eyes. Normally we count from 1 to 10, or 10 to 1, either way is fine, but you're already still in that state, so just relax further. And I just want you to picture yourself doing all of those things that you need to do in order to reach your goal. See yourself putting your time aside to study, okay, to create. Imagine yourself at the place where you would be, where you would be focusing, where you would be putting yourself in this hypnotic state. Can you imagine yourself there? And where is that place? Do you want to tell us?
It's a small cabin in the wood.
Okay, and that's your special place where you feel relaxed and comfortable in your special creative place. Okay, so imagine yourself putting that time aside to work on this project, and now imagine yourself reaching your goal. Feel that sense of accomplishment, okay, knowing that your hard work has paid off. This is how you're going to reinforce it. Okay, and on the count of 3 you can open your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait. Okay,
Yes.
so that's how you're going to reinforce it. That, or as I said, I could send you a CD.
Oh, all right.
Okay,
Yeah,
whatever,
it all
or
sounds
both.
good. It all sounds really good. Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? Anything else you'd like to talk
Can I
about?
have my glasses back?
Oh, sure. Okay, here you go. Okay.
Oh, so there you are.
I'm Jackie. Yeah, Jackie. Okay.
Do you remember what time did we start?
We start 45.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about how you got started with hypnosis.
Oh, gosh, for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Completely.
That's usually how we all started.
All the wrong reasons, and I'm going to admit this on camera.
Right.
Okay, I actually went to see a stage hypnotist.
Oh,
show.
okay.
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 And I was
No names. Or...
Yeah. Okay. No names. I saw him,
Just kidding.
and I was
Oh, yeah.
in such awe.
Oh yeah.
And I was with my boyfriend at the time,
Okay.
who, by the way, was a chiropractor, but he was also a hypnotherapist.
Oh wow.
And I said to him, I said, first of all, this was the most incredible thing that I had ever seen. And I said, how much do they make? I'm sorry. And he told me an exorbitant amount. I said, and look how much fun this is.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So I, right away, I went to, I took the course. And
Okay.
I started to practice out of his office.
Wow.
And I mean, I literally charged almost nothing. You know,
Right,
I
wow.
didn't,
Wow.
then I did
Right.
it for the right reasons, but initially it was for the wrong reasons. But, then I started to work with people that quit smoking, lose weight. His patients, if they were to come in for an adjustment,
Right.
and maybe they were very tense, I would hypnotize them so that it was easier for him to give them an adjustment,
Right.
okay? And, certainly quit smoking, losing weight, and all of those things. And then of course, I became a stage hypnotist as well.
Oh wow!
So-
Tell us something about being a stage hypnotist.
Being a stage hypnotist is a ball. Okay,
yeah.
it is. I get to dress up in a real fancy gown
Nice,
and
nice.
take out my little pendulum and
Oh, yeah.
hypnotize people, and then on the count of 3, you're speaking in Martian
Oh, yeah.
and dancing like Elvis, singing like Elvis. It's really fun for everybody. It's typically a G-rated
Oh, yeah.
show.
Okay,
typically.
Typically.
Okay. College.
Email us for details.
Okay. A lot of colleges actually
Oh, yeah.
have me in.
Oh, wow.
That I work with a lot of colleges, a lot of benefits, and
Wow.
they're just so much fun, and you get paid for them too.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Now, have you ever done stage hypnosis?
From time to time.
From
It's,
time to time.
I haven't done it in a while though.
Okay.
I'd rather watch you do
You
it.
rather? Okay. Well, the next time I have a
Okay.
show, I'll.
Do you have a regular show?
Do I have a regular show? I don't. But as a matter of fact, though, I believe I will be appearing on the 16th of October
Okay.
in Manhattan.
Okay.
But I can't remember the name. I don't recall the name of the
Keep
last.
us informed.
I
What day?
shall,
Okay,
yeah.
today is the 6th.
I'm
So-
sorry, it's the 14th. It's my
14th.
birthday's the 15th.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
wow,
The
happy birthday. So now everybody knows.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
29
yeah,
again.
Oh, right.
Again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's October 14th. I'm not sure if this show is going to be out by October 14th. Do you have, what's the next show after that?
Do you know what? I'm not sure off the
Okay.
top of my head. You could probably go on my website,
Right.
www.resultshypnoters.com.
Okay.
Or you could go on MySpace. I believe it's Hilarious Hypnosis Show.
Okay.
Okay.
And your shows are usually in Manhattan and New Jersey, right?
Manhattan and New Jersey is where
Okay.
I work out of, and if you go onto the website, you'll see some of my my offices. Actually, that website is about the resultshypnosiscenters.com.
Right.
That's all therapy.
Okay.
That's all about therapy and CDs and and self-help like what we did
Right,
today.
right. That's great. That's
like we
great.
did.
And the first time I noticed your name was on television.
Oh, really? Okay. And how did we?
And tell us a little bit of what happened there. And
Oh, okay.
I could start talking about it, but I'll let you.
It's up to you. It's
talk.
up to you.
All right.
A lot of fun. I was on The Simple Life. Okay,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
allowed to say that, right?
Yes.
The Simple Life with Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. Who,
Wow.
by the way, were wonderful people.
Well, were they
Yeah, really sweet girls. I spent about 2 hours with them for about a 5-minute clip.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, about a 5-minute clip. They had done one of their shows. I think it was season 3, The Apprentice.
Oh, okay.
In New
Wow.
Jersey, and
Oh,
one
wow.
of their producers had called me to have me come over to help the family that they were staying with to quit smoking.
Wow.
It was more of a comedy sort of thing because I had Paris and Nicole help me
Oh, wow.
to hypnotize the family.
Oh wow.
Okay, who were 3-pack a day smokers.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think they needed a little more reinforcement.
Oh, wow.
If they are watching this, please call me. Okay, please call me because I think you need.
She'll send you a CD.
Yeah, send you a CD to follow up with.
Right,
Okay, or you can
right.
come by one of my
Yes,
offices
yes.
as well.
So how do you feel when they got that phone call from producer?
You know what? That's a great question.
Yeah.
I said, okay, Tonight, okay, let me check my calendar. And then I said, I think I could do it. And I just said, is this a joke? So, what would you think? You know, I think the guy's name was something like Buzz.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going Buzz.
Yeah, it's like somebody calling you and saying, you won the Nobel Prize.
Right. Oh, exactly the Nobel Prize.
Thanks.
Yeah, right.
Shut
You want to
up.
be on TV tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And who's on the other end here playing,
yeah.
you know, playing a trick on me? Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, same thing here. Yeah.
But literally within 4 hours, I was at the person's house who lived 20 minutes away from my office, and you know, we aired it. They had the whole block. Shut down. All the police were there. Everybody were taking pictures of them, and
yeah, this is what happens on our set too. You know, the bus, all this was a block. There's security and this bouncer and camera 1, camera 2.
There you go. Right, our security guards right
security
outside.
guard right outside. Yeah.
You can hear all the police outside.
Hear all the police, Come on, quiet out over there, man.
Yeah, they're for us, right? Yeah, we need them. Oh Lord. Do you want to talk a little bit about your practice? I mean, I really don't know all that much about your practice.
I'm with the Secret Service.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Well, I practice in Cambridge. That's it.
Okay, you practice.
Yeah, I practice in Cambridge. And I guess in a way, you know, I guess we got in our specialty by accidents, more or less.
How did you get involved in hypnotherapy?
I've been doing hypnosis since I was really young.
Okay.
And I guess just take it a day at a time and just get better at what I'm doing.
What you're doing, okay. Yeah. And I know you're a member of the National Guild of Hypnotists, which we both are,
yes.
And they're great to look up online for information regarding hypnotherapy as well.
Right.
Okay. And I know they've helped me a ton to get where I'm at, and I've been doing this for 12 years. I started when I was very young.
Oh, really?
No, not really. No, I'm older than I look.
So you're actually 29 and a half.
Exactly. Again, truly, again.
So how did you get involved with the National Guild of Hypnotists?
Do you know, that's, you know, it's been so long that I honestly don't remember. I'm going to guess that, it probably through, it was, I believe I ran into another hypnotist and they suggested, you know, maybe you should join, join this group, that they have some very valuable information to offer. They have constant seminars, which we both go to, and lectures, because we need continuing education, and I believe that there's always something more that you can learn. You know, I don't believe that I'm perfect at what I do.
As close as it gets.
Thanks so much. You too. You too, from what I hear.
From what you hear. So how long have you been practicing in New Jersey again?
I've been practicing in New Jersey for about 12 years, and I've worked with people I have worked with sports figures. I have worked with, on the national level, and I have also worked with high school sports figures to help them enhance their game for improving athletic ability. I mean, there's really kind of no end to what we can help people with.
True.
You know, nail biting, to rape victims, to help them forgive their the person who has assaulted them. The realm for what we help people with is just incredible. Stress. I mean, stress is huge. Especially in our area. In our area,
yes. How do you think do you feel that there's a difference between the client that comes to you in Manhattan and the client that comes to you in New Jersey?
No, not typically, because they come to me for different. Every person is different. Put it that way. You know, every person is different. But you know, I've had some experiences, some I've got to say mostly all good. I had in Manhattan here let's see, a doctor who came to me to pass the bar exam,
Oh, wow.
who was having difficulty passing it, and
Wow.
with my help, well, just me giving him the correct suggestions, as you saw me
Right.
taking notes for Bernie
Right.
here,
Right.
I did the same for him. So I really just gave him the suggestions that he told me to give him,
Right.
really to help
Right.
him, and he passed it like that.
Oh, wow.
And he had apparently not passed it a few times.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so no, I mean everybody is unique, really. Everybody's unique. Is there anything special or in particular that sticks out in your mind that's you found maybe the most strangest reason? So I can't think of any off the top of my head.
I guess it's sometime 2 or 3 years ago. There's this lady who has MS.
Mm-hmm.
And textbooks and basically everything I've read and all the experts have told me that it's a non-curable
Mm-hmm.
thing.
It's a terrible disease, debilitating.
But it's like she walked into my office with a walker,
Mm-hmm.
and she was really down, right? And after, with each session, she comes in here with like more color on her face, and she's a lot happier. And like after like 4 weeks, she just walked into my office without the walker.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't that? Oh wow.
And they say like it comes on and it goes away, right? That's the way the MS works. But from what I've heard, she hasn't had a relapse in a year. So
That's fabulous.
So maybe there's more than just to the mind hypnosis. I think that's my first clue, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe that something more than just a suggestion is happening in the body,
Mm-hmm.
and if we can somehow better document these kind of sessions, I think we can see further, and we can improve the quality of life that people who are suffering from these kind of diseases.
Absolutely, and I don't know how much more time we have, but I would like to make a comment on that. Certainly cancer patients are helped so much through hypnosis, and of course it's hypnotherapy is approved by the American Medical Association. I myself have helped my mother who had cancer 6 years ago, and she did go for chemotherapy treatment as it was in her lymph nodes, and it was I forgot how far advanced it was, but I worked with her for hypnotherapy so that she didn't get sick, and she never got sick, and she had to go for chemo for quite a long period along with radiation as well. So it can help so many people. It really is tapping. The mind controls the body, and as you know, the body is a self-healing organism, so you can tap in and you can help somebody to tap in to take control over their bodies, which is an amazing thing. The mind and body connection, right?
And when people say the mind, it's the first thing that comes to mind is it's all in the head, right? But it's not really that case, because your mind extends throughout your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever there are more than one neurons, they create synapses. I don't want to speak on behalf of neurobiologists, but it's more or less this where the synapses is happening is the mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your mind could be extended to your arm, and your legs are also part of your mind, right?
I believe that it's all connected. I certainly do, and I believe in the medical field it should be really tapped. More doctors should really learn more about hypnotherapy, because it can be used in their practice as well as in our regular medicine. I mean, I don't believe I certainly do believe that we do need prescription pills for certain things. I absolutely do believe in that. Anyway, just my personal thoughts. Okay, anything else you want to mention?
So what is your secret to your good for youth and gorgeousness?
I exercise a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
do.
Tell us about the program that you do with your clients.
Okay, I have a very unique program, and it's called 21st Century Mind and Body Attack System. Thanks for mentioning it. Yeah, I think there's only a MySpace up about that. Oh no, you go to Jacqueline LeClaire, LeClaire,
Okay.
Fitness
Okay.
on MySpace,
Okay.
and that tells you about it. What I do is I'm a personal fitness trainer too, so I do work with you for a 5-week program.
Okay.
3 times a week, personal, really tough training,
Okay.
nutritional guidance, and hypnotherapy to help you eat better and want to exercise.
Oh wow.
And that's my special thing that I do. Okay.
Oh wow.
My special. One of my specialties.
We have about 2.5 minutes left. Tell us about what is in the program.
Okay. Basically, if you were to come in, I'm going to find out your fitness goals. Okay. I am going to put you on a scale that will tell me your fat percentage.
Right.
Okay. And we're going to figure out scientifically where you should be. Okay. For healthful reasons.
Right.
When I exercise with you, of course, every person's different. So when I exercise with you, we're going to exercise to your heart rate, your target heart rate that we need to, and of course that's going to change throughout our workout. I'm also going to hypnotize you. I'm going to find out what you're eating, Bernie. Okay, what you're eating, if you're drinking water, if you're exercising, and I'm going to hypnotize you to help you, because all hypnosis does is it makes it easier, okay, to help you to reach your goals. We're going to do 3 hypnosis sessions and 15 personal training sessions, and we're going to work with nutritional guidance because some people just don't know what they're eating or what they're really ingesting, especially in America.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. So in a way, help them be more conscious of what they do.
Absolutely. It just again makes it easier to reach for the correct amount of good, healthful foods, to drink water, to to be aware of your body as well. I mean, most people aren't aware of how they sound when they speak, and a lot of people, as you become heavier and heavier, you forget about what you look like because you don't want to. You don't want to see yourself. But it's to help people of every age and fitness level. It just helps you to reach your goals, and I work with everybody differently.
Wow, this is great. And you invented this.
I invented this,
and
I
it's
just
trademark.
And the reason why I invented it is because everybody comes to me for so many people come to a hypnotherapist for losing weight or maintaining weight goals. So I was always into fitness. That's why I connected the two of them.
Your office is in Midtown, Manhattan?
I have an office on 32nd and Park, and I also have one in a little town called North Arlington, New Jersey, and one in Warren.
Sounds great. And your website again? Is
Results, RESULTS, Hypnosis, HYPNOSIS, Center, CENTERS.com.
Okay, great.
Okay. Wait, my toll-free number, 866-998-4100. Okay?
Okay, great.
Bernie,
Thank
it
you
was a
for joining
pleasure.
us. All right.
It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you. Okay.